Japan, the land of the rising sun and home to over 120 million people. With all the hustle and bustle of life in Japan, is there anything these hardworking people slow down for? Food, of course. But there's one food that represents Japanese culture better than any other. Sushi. Sushi is a part of the cultural identity. Michael Ashkenazi, author of The Essence of Japanese Cuisine, an essay on food and culture, states that, to the outside observer, sushi is perhaps the eponymous Japanese food. And though sushi is made and eaten at home, it is a quintessential public food, one that is consumed most naturally in a specialist sushi bar setting. Sushi bars of all types are found throughout Japan. Devrahandi De Silva's article, A Yen for Sushi, an analysis of demographic and behavioral patterns of sushi consumption in Japan, states that, on average, sushi is consumed once a month as an expensive treat for special occasions. However, handmade sushi is still popular, even if it's a little more expensive in Japan, and renowned chefs can attract more customers who are willing to pay extra for the prestige of eating in their establishments. The documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi follows one such prestigious chef, Jiro Ono. Jiro Ono runs the Tsukiyabashi Jiro in the Ginza district of Tokyo. His establishment is very prestigious, having only 10 seats and a 3-month waiting list. But why is it so renowned? Well, Jiro is considered to be the greatest living sushi chef. His restaurant earned 3 Michelin stars, a reward that basically means that you should visit the country just to eat at his restaurant. He's been declared a national treasure of Japan because of his diligence and quest for perfection. How did Jiro get so good at making sushi? The answer is that he lives, breathes, and dreams sushi 24/7. He's been making sushi for over 70 years, and his life consists of running his restaurant and perfecting his art.
So 自分がやろうと思った仕事、それにもう没頭しなきゃダメです。好きにならなきゃダメです。それ自分の仕事に惚れなきゃダメなんですよ。ただあれがダメこれがダメって言ってたら一生経ってもまともなことはできないと思います。だから自分がこれを覚えようと思ったらそれもう必死になって死に物狂いでやるということが成功にもつながるだろうし、それから自分が良くなった時に立派な人間になれるんじゃないかなと私は思いますけどね。俺は握っててもね、誰に出てもさあどうだっていうような感覚。
Film critic Roger Ebert said, "This is a portrait of tunnel vision. Jiro exists to make sushi. Sushi exists to be made by Jiro. He must have a home, although we never visit it. There must be hours when he cannot be at work, but the film indicates no amusements, hobbies, or pastimes." Jiro has 2 sons. His eldest son is Yoshikazu, who's set to take over the restaurant once Jiro retires. Yoshikazu, 50, has been working in his father's restaurant since he was a teenager, and you can definitely tell that he's had to leave some dreams behind. Yoshikazu has an apprentice-master relationship with his father, and you never do get a sense of love and affection between them in the film. The sushi is the most important thing in this family. As per Japanese tradition, it's expected that Yoshikazu will succeed his father, but the shadow of Jiro will loom large over him. Jiro's youngest son, Takashi, took a different route and opened up his own sushi restaurant. Jiro and Takashi's relationship is much different than his brother's. Here you can definitely feel some leftover tension between the two, as Jiro essentially threw Takashi out, but they seem to have come to terms with each other.
帰ってくるとこがないんだからなって言われて六本木で死んでこいって言われたわけですから、だからそれはもうねダメでしたって帰るわけにいかないですから。いや独立する時はそのくらいでないと、だからこっちが行っ ってやれっていうのが独立できるというのでこっちが見て行ってやんなさいということなんだから、ね、危ないなって言った時で独立しなさいとは言わない。独立しても絶対できると思うから行って頑張る。
I think it's interesting to note that the role that Sushi played in the relationship, it acted as a catalyst, forcing Takashi to leave his father's restaurant. The two brothers have a much closer relationship than either has with their father. Takeshi left Jiro's restaurant because he didn't feel that his skills as a chef should be considered inferior because he was born second. He talks about how there would have been competition between the brothers and that would hurt the relationship. I find it fascinating that this whole family's dynamic revolves around sushi.
長男が後を継ぐっていうのは世間的に見るとそういう社会的というか世間的というかそういうのを見るのはなんていうか常識的なことなんです。
Jiro's quest for sushi perfection is one that will never end, and I don't think he'll ever stop searching. Sushi is his life, and it bleeds into everything. His relationships with his sons are based around sushi. I think the purpose of this film was to show how dedicated someone could be to their craft. In this case, Sushi is the real star of the documentary. Everything revolves around it. It should have been called Jiro Lives, Breathes, and Dreams Sushi.
水商売が嫌だななんて思ったこと一回もないです。ただこれをもう惚れて一生懸命でこれをやって少しでも上っていうふうに考えて現在まで来ています。だから今85になってもさあ今やめようかという気はあまりありません。